So I'm gonna show you a clip, right, that I ended up running into because one of my bros in my wolf pack was listening to this, and I just thought it was really funny, right? So I'm gonna play the clip right now, and then I'll be back.
White people ain't doing shit to our bloodline. So when you look in America, so you're light skinned because you're mixed with white. That's what they told you, because you are a different people. You are Atlanteans. Y'all niggas need to understand that. And y'all looking for your true divine truth. And those who come from the heart with it, not try to manipulate and get their mixtape on and figure out the stock markets with spirituality, really for the transformation of the soul without any agenda, which comes from the heart. If you're doing that, you're the true Atlantean. You're the real stuff, and you're hitting the real stuff. How do you know when the true Atlantean is sitting in front of you talking to you? Because he's telling you the facts that he can't save you. He can't save you through military action. He can't. I don't want to name it because people have a lot of belief systems that will hurt, and I'm not trying to hurt their belief systems. But the only way, I will say this, and I'll have anybody challenge me on any of this, because this even goes down to the human level. People can help you, but no one can save you. People can help you, but no one can save you. Even
Okay, so you're back now. You're probably wondering the title of this video. Well, I'm not going based on what he said. I'm going off of accounts of my childhood dreams, right? So when I was a kid, a lot of my dreams were really, really wild. A lot of them were nightmarish, like super nightmarish. And I don't know why. They were, right? But when I was a kid, I had many, many, many dreams of the sea. And not only that, there's actually a tribe, or not a tribe of people, but a race of people who were known about that they apparently walked to the water, like to the beaches, turned into dolphins, and swam away. Like, literally. There's actually people you may be able to find on YouTube who talk about this race of people. So this video right here is going to be esoteric, and it's going to be actually like, it's not going to be a lot for me to admit, but I know people, definitely a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're fucking crazy. Or maybe that's my own belief and whatever. But as a kid, when I wasn't having those bad dreams, and still now, I have dozens of dreams about the sea. Like, kind of now, okay, so now, you know, there's this girl that I was talking to about my dreams, and I was like, you know, and I told her that I'm in control of most of them now, so, you know, whatever. But yeah, I would tell her, like, I would have dreams, and she would be like, oh, I thought you were in control of them, like I thought you didn't have dreams. So saying that right now is that's very true. I have no dreams every single night. I have no dreams, but depending on what I put in my head before I go to sleep, it like makes the dream. So almost like I have complete control of my subconscious mind. Now, it's insane admitting this stuff, but yes, when I was a kid and recently, like as of late, every time I do have a normal dream, it is about the sea. And when I was a kid, I used to always have dreams about being a dolphin. Not only that, like literally swimming, like detail for detail. I can still pull up these dreams in my mind and explain to you, like, there was this one, like I was swimming in like kind of like a pack. So I don't know nothing. I have no idea about dolphins. I didn't do research before, so I don't even know if they swim in packs. But I was with a pack of other dolphins. I don't fucking know if they were she, he, fucking they, them dolphins. But I'm with the dolphins. And that was just a joke, relax. But I'm swimming with them, and I remember swimming in between like coral reefs and like these coral structures in between them. But also, what's crazy is we were going back and forth. Like, we would swim super fast in the dolphin form and then come out of it into like this, not like mermaid type or merman or mermaid type thing, but like it'd be like a body, almost like a body of light, or almost like translucent like the water. It was weird, but it was almost like we still had the skin texture, but we looked like normal humans. And my hair was like long, very long, and like it was crazy. It was really freaking cool. Really cool dream as a kid. but I had these dreams multiple nights back and forth. So what I do know, and especially knowing from like growing up, is that I'm a really talk from the heart person. Every single move I make is from the heart. It has to be from the heart. And the reason I added the panic clip is because he said, like, you know, I'm not going off of what he says, but if he's someone who believes that I'm starting to lose my voice because all the videos I do, but if he's someone that believes that when you're about this elevating your soul from the heart, in my words, then you're a true Atlantean. Now, I don't know if I was a part of the tribe that could turn into dolphins, because they're a race. I don't know. Someone below, someone, you know, who's not trolling, really put below who this is, because I know there are people who actually study this race of people and talk about them. I don't know the name, but I know they exist. And but what I wanted to say is, I don't know if they existed around the time when Atlantis did, but I would assume so. Same with the Egyptians, since the Egyptians pulled most of their knowledge came from Atlantis. So it's like, and not most of it, they probably had their own. I haven't done the research where I'm like, this is fact, but I know that these two civilizations, and still it's kind of like one anyways, knew about each other. So, but from my account, I also remember meeting people at these times, meeting like so many different types of people. And it felt like in the time when I would have the dreams that there were quote unquote territories like I don't remember, like, from a lot of the dreams I have, I don't remember war, which that's why I wanted to talk about. Also, this is a big thing too, and I want to talk about that now because I know it's coming from the heart. I know that shit is wrong now. I know it's wrong now, and I fucking knew something was weird about it when I watched. I always known, but I have to bring this up because if you watch it, he explains it. But if you know about the book Mind Control 101 by Dentally and Jones, it talks about how mind control was used in the earliest African tribes and stuff like that to make sure everybody was eating, sort of deal. But now you see it in America used for greed. You see it, you see a bunch of people fucked up. We got homeless all over the place. We got starving people here. Like, that was a funny thing too. There's a girl who like tried to argue with me before, and I don't argue because arguing is pointless. It gets nowhere. It's just like a battle of the ego for no reason. You're supposed to come together with different ideas and not knock each other down. You're supposed to build off of it. So I don't know why the fuck she was trying to argue, but she said, what about the fucking starving in the other country? Bro, we got motherfuckers starving here. Like, nobody thinks about that shit. But I'm not saying one or the other is worse. I'm saying that there was a point in time where no one was starving. So somewhere greed started becoming a thing, because in those dreams I had, every civilization, like, you got to think about the oceans. We could, and I don't know what time period these dreams were in, but wherever I would go with this pack of people, and there was also a larger group of, like, I'll say my people, because I'm like genuinely believing that I was a part of this. Obviously, if I'm having these dreams, I'm connected to them for some reason. I'm of the ocean in some way. But there were groups of my people also. So like, but what I'm trying to say is, like, when we went to other groups to like see other, civilizations, whatever you want to call them, no one looked unhappy. There looked like there was nothing going on wrong. It looked like communities were flourishing, like things were just good, and you could travel it's almost like this perfect ass earth that everybody thinks we're trying to achieve now, which they've been no. It got corrupted a long time ago, and you think it's getting better now. No, it's getting worse. The idea of peace and shit going on now is the biggest fucking marketing scheme they've been showing your ass. Like, I'm serious. But that's a video for another day. But why I was talking about like turning into dolphins and stuff is I'm assuming that we were attached to Atlantis. That's the only like kind of idea I had, but I remember, the thing is I can't remember too much detail because with Atlantis, you know how they told the story about it sunk? Well, in my head, I don't remember that clearly because I remember cities underwater and I remember cities above the water. So I don't know necessarily if like, and I don't know if the cities were stacked, because what I was gonna say was maybe the buildings on top and the buildings on bottom, if they say it sunk, they landed on top of each other and caused a lot of the rubble, and why it's like destruction, and you maybe could find ruins where Atlantis is supposed to be. I have no idea. I haven't tried to look up anything about it. I'm going straight off of what I've seen in dreams. So yeah, but I always had dreams of swimming around as a dolphin. I remember even like trying to swim away from like obviously like fucking shark, like you know, like predatory like creatures, of course, because that's still a very real thing. But I remember just like wild dreams, swimming so fast in the water, so fast, like darting, like it was insane, like super like really superhuman type shit. And the thing was is I wanted to, like, at one point I wanted to stop having dreams like about it. Like I was having them so much that it made me build up a fear for literally the ocean or being in water. But another funny thing too is, I don't know if you want to call me fucking Percy Jackson, but another thing is I never learned how to swim. Like I never properly learned, but I learned the basics, like someone told me, oh yeah, you kick your legs or some shit like that, and like I was able to swim almost like instantly after that. I'm trying to think when I first tried to swim, but I would really like flap and get so worried. And funny enough, I think I was like, I can't remember, but I was so cool with the gym teacher in my middle school that I remember that I think he told me why not get in the swim or do something, but I don't know how. Who cares about like the real origins of like how I started swimming? The natural thing is or the flat out thing I want to say is that I've always been naturally good at swimming, really naturally good. Now I don't know any of the crazy like all these techniques they came up with, like the this stroke and the this stroke. All I know is that I am able to swim very, very well. And first, I don't like gas right away. Like I don't know how to explain it. I don't really lose too much energy when I'm swimming. I feel like I could really swim for a long ass time. Like just for me, it gets boring. but yeah, I naturally always love water. But it's just funny is like, yeah, a lot of that fear for the water started to build up off of these dreams, because I was having dreams of some crazy ass shit we were in, seeing big sea creatures that, because I'm in my like new shell, if this is ancient, and these are dreams coming back from, you know, when I was that, maybe that being I wasn't scared of seeing these gigantic fucking sea creatures. And maybe I wasn't even a dolphin, but I know I was something that was in the water. That's all I know. Maybe I was a mer person, and that's why we could go to certain depths. But yeah, like thinking about there was just gigantic fucking fish and aquatic creatures that it was insane that when I'm having them in these dreams, I'm right next to these motherfuckers, like right up close to them. So I'm like bugging out thinking they were going to eat me. They never ate me in the dream, but I'm like me. It's like my conscious mind is there. Like, what the fuck am I seeing? But I didn't realize that was natural for wherever my consciousness was going. So I don't know. And then a lot of my nightmarish things were sleep paralysis. So that's like a whole nother story. But I never really had a huge nightmare about the sea. It's always something like, even if sharks, there's a dream I had recently where I was in the middle of the water, and I think I had one dream where I got dragged down to the water, and again, even then, oh, also, I noticed that too. When I meditate, a lot of my focus is around water. So I give you a meditative experience I had, where it was almost like my light. Yeah, I'll just explain it like this, and then you could take it for how you perceive it. But my light and dark side were like fighting. They were like clashing, right, to be one. And then my higher self like came down out of the sky, and it was so insane. But so I'm fighting as like the side trying to put them together. Like, yo, we got to mend together. We really got to remove this block to the higher self so we can start gaining messages and things to help us. And, you know, and I don't know, they were just fighting. And at one point, my dark side kicked like my light side in the water. And mind you, I'm like jumping perspectives. So I get launched into the water, and I remember falling so like just deep down. And I remember seeing these eyes in the water, and it was like how Cthulhu is described, or like this big ass dude who's gonna like arise, or he's sleeping at the bottom. He's the slumbering god. I can't remember. Either way, it's us. Like the Cthulhu mythos is in reference to us, but and what I mean is like our power, what we truly are. But anyways, get knocked all the way down there, and like this like Cthulhu being like put its hand, like I was right here, and like it was like fucking sharks and everything around like my light side self, and like pushed me up in this vortex, this gigantic fucking hand, and brought me to the surface. And it was like all like sea creatures were just whirling around his hand. And I get out the water, and then I basically go back to fighting. But ultimately at the end, you know, they came together. And ever since that day happened, I felt like at one with myself. It's insane. It's like I was really killing off like old patterns of me. It was insane. But like there I go. Like the reason I'm explaining that is literally more shit about the ocean. So I don't know if I'm an Atlantean. I don't know if I'm that tribe that turned into dolphins. I know, for what I know, I was turning into something in the water. I've had these dreams repetitively when I was a kid, and the truth is I feel like if not the one characteristic would be like Atlantis, like Atlanteans are the ones that speak from the heart or whatever. Not that, just because I feel like you could probably be from something else and speak from the heart. But when it comes to this knowledge, I know that all this knowledge, all science, everything, the psychology, all stems from these ancient tribes. They knew everything. They knew the names of the stars, all this shit. And nothing new is under the sun. You have to understand there are no discoveries, new discoveries being made. So when all this shit comes out as newfound shit, it's not newfound shit. And what I trust is when someone is coming from the heart talking to you about this stuff, that is the like realest thing. Someone who's not trying to deceive you, but definitely tells you that they can like, I can sit here and tell you what everything I know or whatever, and at the end of the day, it's going to be yourself to say yourself. I can't do anything for you. I can only give it to you, but I can't understand it for you. And the thing is that part about the understanding part is that even it's like hard for me to like say and try to like formulate, but that understanding part, when I tell it to you, it's going to be the way that you go out and find the knowledge. And like maybe if you want to like try to, you can't really say fact check because it depends on what facts are to you. But at the end of the day, it's all you. So all I can do is talk from my accounts, talk from what I learned, talk from the books I read, and that's really it. But this one was more personal, like I said. So this is really, you're gonna have to take my word for it, is I definitely feel like, and I know because if, you know, energy never dies. When we die, people say it's the end, but the end stands for energy never dies. That's why Pharrell named his album, what was it, Nerd? No one ever really dies, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, because no one dies. We just reincarnated over and over, and we're the same energy being reincarnated. But you're like, I don't want to get too deep, but what I'm saying is basically like, I know I'm definitely one of the old ones stuck here, and I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.